All right, welcome back to episode number 7 here of Road to World Series with the Seattle Mariners. In the last episode, we made it to the World Series. However, we lost to the Los Angeles Dodgers in 6 games. In this episode, we're going to head to the 2025 season. While I was signing some people up, we only had to sign one person up, honestly, because there was only one person available that contract was ending. That was Ryan Healy, who signed him up for another year. Although Trevor Story decided to decline his option to stay with us for the final year. So now we have a hole at shortstop. Another place that we might want to look to improve on is the rotation, as our options last year weren't the best, honestly, especially in the postseason where almost all of them struggled. So those are the two main points we're going to be focusing on here in this off season. We're going to see who I want to sign up. Then we're going to head to the beginning of the season and see what our team looks like. The first guy we're going to be signing here, because Trevor Story decided to leave us, is Willy Adames. He is 29 years old. He hit .289 last year with 30 home runs. I'm going to give him a 5-year deal worth $21.5 million a year. The second and last guy that we're going to be getting here is Freddie Peralta. He pitched to a 2.2 ERA. We're going to give him a 3-year deal with $17.5 million a year. No options. And with that, since last year we only got 99 wins, we can only spend $40 million this year. So 21.5 and 17.5. We have made our total to $39 million. Willy Peralta is in fact a Mariner for the next 3 years. As well as Willy Adames, he accepts the 5-year deal for $107.5 million. Since we signed Freddie Peralta as a free agent, I'm going to be getting rid of Vince Velasquez, who completely stunk last year, and Felipe Vasquez, who was absolutely horrid and is declining very, very rapidly. For the relief pitcher, 31-year-old, 88 overall, Keone Kela. He has 2 more years on his contract, and over the past 2 years, he's pitched to an under 3 in both seasons. So I'm going to take a risk. Half of the seasons that I have played in, he's pitched over 4, and the other half, he's pitched under 3. So this is going to be a risk, and it's just something where I want to try to get a better reliever. If not, then I'll go to probably one of my younger ones, like Michael Yu, or I'll try to bring up Gerber or Bautista. And we'll just see if this is a good pickup or not, probably halfway through the season. So the opening day lineup here will be Malik Smith, Yoan Moncada, Aaron Judge, Brandon Nimmo, Miguel Sano, Willy Adames, Ryan Healy, Matt Frederick, and AJ Wyatt, who I have promoted from the backup catcher to the main catcher, as Omar Narvaez will be the backup catcher for this last year of his contract. Joe Rizzo will be the backup third baseman, and as they did the last year, which really ticked me off, Cesar Esteuris Jr. and Anthony Jimenez will be sent back down to goddamn AAA, because if I have any gripes with this game is the fact that they can tell, obviously, that I've had 2 people up, as in Crawford and Kelenic, who have been on my Major League roster for, I'm pretty sure, the past 3 or 4 years now. But anyway, on to the rotation. It'll be Aaron Nola, Freddie Peralta, David Calzado, Yadier Alvarez, and Jorge Lopez. In the bullpen, it'll be Matt Weisler, not you, Mason Bridges, Keone Kela, Milo Gilly, Taylor Rogers, and Ryan Stanek as our closer, because another one of our relievers, who pitched the best season, I'm pretty sure, maybe second best, to Taylor Rogers, is also on the waiver wires. Yay! Thank you, MLB The Show. Please stop that. We have made it to the draft day. We have the 29th pick. Let's see how we do. The first person we're going to be drafting here is the starting pitcher, Brian Asuncion. With the second pick, we're going to go for the catcher, Brandon Rosa. With our third pick, we're going to take a chance on the catcher, Nick Malgrat. With our fourth pick, we're going to go for the starting pitcher, Ken Forbes. And with our final pick, we're going to take a chance on the highest potential guy in the catcher, Joel Mateo. So this will be interesting. Hopefully we can get like 2 B potential guys. That'd be pretty good. But let's see who we got. We got 1 B potential guy and 4 C guys. Brian Asuncion, Brandon Rosa, Ken Forbes, and Joel Mateo were all C's, as Nick Malgrat was the only B. But yeah, overall, a pretty decent draft. Nothing amazing, but nothing horrible. So we're going to sign everybody up, take a look at the standings, then look at everybody's stats, and then go to the trade deadline. In the East, it's the Yankees above the Red Sox by only 1.5 games. In the Central, the Twins are winning with 2 games over the Indians. And in the West, we are beating the Athletics by half a game. They have 2 more wins than us, but they also have 3 more losses than us. In the wild card, it's the Athletics and Red Sox, with nobody else really that close behind. In the National League East, the Marlins, 26th overall ranking team, is winning with the Nationals a game and a half back. In the Central, the Cubs are winning with the Reds and Pirates both 4.5 back. In the West, it's the Dodgers with 7 games over the Diamondbacks. And in the wild card, it's the Diamondbacks and Giants, with the Nationals, Reds, and Pirates all 1.5 back. Here's how our lineup is doing. Malik Smith is off to a very, very hot start, batting .326 with 11 home runs as our leadoff guy. Yoan Moncada is struggling immensely right now, only batting .216. He will probably be moved down. Aaron Judge is hitting .296 with 15 home runs. Nimmo is batting .284 with 5 home runs. Miguel Sano is batting .324, 26 home runs, 66 RBIs. Willy Adames is batting an amazing .349 with 16 home runs. Healy is batting .278 with 14 home runs. Matt Frederick is batting .254 with 15 home runs. He's starting to decrease a little bit in the contact area. And AJ Wyatt, as our number 9 hitter, is batting .327. JP Crawford is batting .294 and 34 at-bats. Omar Narvaez, as our backup catcher, is doing pretty well, batting .370. Jared Kelenic is starting to heat up, batting .364 in 44 at-bats. And Joe Rizzo hasn't gotten many at-bats and hasn't gotten many hits. In the rotation, Nola is pitching pretty poorly to a 4.44 ERA. Freddie Peralta's doing not much better, pitching to a 4.26. David Calzado is pitching pretty good so far, pitching to a 3.48. Yadier Alvarez is pitching pretty good to a 3.3. And Jorge Lopez is also pitching pretty poorly to a 4.55. In the bullpen, Matt Weisler is pitching pretty bad to a 4.31. Mason Bridges is pitching pretty okay to a 3.77. Keone Kela is pitching to a 1.88. Mackenzie Dickerson is pitching to a 2.84 ERA. Milo Gilly, in very, very limited time, is pitching to a 1.8. Taylor Rogers has struggled immensely, pitching to a 10 ERA, and Ryan Stanek has pitched to a 1.64. Okay, so we have made it to the trade deadline. Let's take a look at how everybody's doing. Malik Smith is batting .305 with 18 home runs. Willy Adames is batting a nice solid .332 with 26 home runs as I moved him up to the 2 spot. Aaron Judge is still being Aaron Judge, .296, 23 home runs. Sano has started to struggle a little bit as I put him in the cleanup spot, batting .279, although hitting 32 home runs and 94 RBIs. Brandon Nimmo, while it says he is cold, has hit a little bit better, .298, 11 home runs. Yoan Moncada has definitely started to heat up now that I dropped him in the lineup, batting .260 with 29 home runs. Ryan Healy has just been his average self, .253, 20 home runs. Matt Frederick has heated up a little bit, .269 with 27 home runs. And AJ Wyatt as a 9-hitter, .303, 7 home runs. I can't complain. JP Crawford as our backup infielder is batting .292. Omar Narvaez as a backup catcher is batting .318 in 100 at-bats. Jared Kelenic is batting .281 with 4 home runs, and Joe Rizzo has started to hit a little bit better, batting .224 with 3 home runs. The rotation. Yeah. Nola, 5.24. Peralta, 5.38. Calzado's pitching to a pretty decent 3.72. Yadier Alvarez, 4.62. Jorge Lopez, 4.75. The rotation is absolute dog crap. The bullpen. Matt Weisler's pitching to a 4.74. Mason Bridges is pitching to a pretty good 3.7. Keone Kellis pitching to a 3. Taylor Rogers, 5.66. Milos pitching to a 3.72. McKenzie, I like that, 2.62. Ryan Stanek struggling a little bit, but still under the 3. I'll 100% take that. I need to make some moves because let's go to the standings. In the East, it is the Yankees above the Rays 5 games. In the Central, it is the Twins above the Indians by 8. In the West, the Athletics have taken over us by 7 games. We are, however, in the wild card along with the Rays, but the Red Sox are only a game back. In the National League East, the Braves have taken over 7.5 above the Nationals. In the Central, it is the Cubs above the Pirates by 11.5. In the West, the Dodgers are above the Diamondbacks 15.5. The Dodgers and Cubs are running away with their divisions. In the wild card, it is the Diamondbacks and Nationals with the Giants, Pirates, and Reds all 2.5 games back. I need to make some moves because our pitching has been absolutely atrocious this year. And the trade that I kind of came up with before I did this, I think it's a pretty good trade, honestly. So the trade that I will be making is our 2 top starters in Freddie Peralta and Aaron Nola, who have been absolutely horrendous this year, as well as a 24-year-old prospect in Gabriel Arias, to the New York Yankees for their 2 top starters in Jordan Montgomery, who is pitching to a 2.3 ERA this year. He has 3 years left on his contract, as well as the 31-year-old Luis Severino, 2.13 this year, has 5 years on his contract left. I don't know if I will be keeping him for the full 5 years, but I definitely see them as a much better improvement than our 2 starters who we have, who are pitching to a 5.38 ERA and a 5.24 ERA, respectively. I love Nola. He's a great pitcher, but right now, I can't deal with that. I can't deal with a 5 ERA from 2 of my best pitchers. I need my best pitchers to be my best pitchers. So, unfortunately, I have to trade them away, and I have to get 2 people who I know will be much better than them this year. Alright, the Mariners have won the division with the same record we did last year, and we will be taking on the Twins, who have hurt us before in the division series. Malik Smith finished the season hitting .292 with 24 home runs as our leadoff hitter. Willy Adames finished batting .341 and 36 home runs. Aaron Judge finished with a .309 average, 41 home runs, and 108 RBIs. Miguel Sano finished with a .265 average, 39 home runs, and 118 RBIs. Brandon Nimmo hit .304, 21 home runs, 98 RBIs. Definitely the power was down from last year, but still pretty good average, very good on-base percentage, so definitely I'll take it. Yoan Moncada, .275, and basically the exact same thing in home runs and RBIs as Sano. Did almost the exact same thing last year, definitely more RBIs this year though. Ryan Healy, .251, 26 home runs and 86 RBIs. Matt Frederick, .282, 36 home runs with 103 RBIs. AJ Wyatt hit .315, 13 home runs and 70 RBIs. As our 9-hitter, you can't ask for much more. On the bench, J.P. Crawford hit .271, 6 home runs in 118 at-bats. Omar Narvaez hit .293 as our backup catcher. Jared Kelenic, .266 in 128 at-bats. And Joe Rizzo, .252, 5 home runs. In the rotation, Severino continued to dominate, pitching to a 2.2 ERA. Same thing he was at the trade deadline. Jordan Montgomery pitched to a 3.06. David Calzado pitched to a pretty good 3.82. Yadier Alvarez pitched to a 4.11. And Jorge Lopez pitched to a 4.63. Matt Weisler had a pretty bad season overall, pitching to a 4.85 ERA. Mason Bridges pitched to a 3.7 ERA in 126 innings. Keone Kela pitched to a 3.21 ERA. Taylor Rogers struggled immensely as everything started to decline, pitching a 4.96 ERA. Milo Gilly pitched to a 3.46. Mackenzie Dickerson, as our setup guy, pitched to a 2.66. I really like how we were able to get him off the waivers from the Mets. And Ryan Stanek pitched to a 3.67 ERA, getting 34 saves. Now to take a look at some awards. Luis Severino was the Cy Young. Willy Adames had the batting title. Yeah, 341 will do that for you. Willy Adames also won the Hank Aaron Award. Aaron Judge won the Gold Glove out in right field. With that being said, let's head out to the playoffs and hope that we can make it back to the World Series yet again. In the wild card, it will be Boston and Tampa Bay, and whoever wins will face the Yankees. We will be facing off against Minnesota. In the National League, it'll be the Braves versus the Cubs. Pirates and the Diamondbacks will face off in the wild card to see who goes against the Dodgers. Here we are, Game 1. We win it 6-1. Game 2, we win 5-2. But I'm not going to celebrate quickly because we've been swept in 3 games before. Although we do win the division series and we will be taking on the Red Sox. Thankfully not the Yankees, because the Yankees have kicked our ass in the past in the championship series. Game 1 here against Boston, we win it 5-3. Game 2, we win 5-2. Game 3, we lose. Game 4, we lose. This is starting to look a lot familiar. Although we win Game 5, 9-1. Here we go, Jordan Montgomery. We lose it. It is Game 7. David Calzado versus the declining Chris Sale. Let's win this game. Here we go. We got David Calzado pitching against the Red Sox. Bogarts leads off with a single. Almora flies out. Betts gets a single. It's first and second with 1 out. And Daniel Palka hits a home run. Damn, the Red Sox murdered us. 13-4, Game 7. We lose. Here in 2025, we started off decent. Then we went through a slump, but we were able to finish off strongly. We made it to the postseason, swept the Minnesota Twins, took the first 2 games from the Red Sox. Then they came back to tie it up. Then we won 9-1. But failed to win at home. I hope you guys enjoyed my frustration as I play through the Mariners, because the Mariners just can't seem to win a World Series no matter how well of a team I put with them. If you enjoyed, consider subscribing, putting on that notification bell so you always know when I am posting these videos, leaving a like, and commenting what team you want me to do next, or if there's any changes I should do to my format and how I do this. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next episode for 2026, baby.